What up, YouTube? Agent Persuasion here. I know you haven't seen me for a long time, but quarantine life, quarantine hair, Yu-Gi-Oh has been non-existent for a while. But today I have a special video for you. Post Rise of the Duelist, we have an Infernoble Knight deck profile, all real cards. So that's pretty hype. Probably gonna do more of these of other decks. So if you have suggestions of decks you guys want to see, put them down below. Trying to get some friends together, maybe do Dogmatica, do some of the new stuff, do updated profiles of like Numeron, all the crazy stuff that's happening in our meta. And by the way, vote for Lightsworn in the create your card poll thing. Lightsworn all the way, no other deck. Give me support, because you know that this deck, Chaos Sworn, Twilight, on the way. If you guys smash that thumbs up button down there, I will make a deck profile of this deck. So if you guys want to see that version, make sure to subscribe and smash the like button. You already know. Alright, let's get into the deck profile. Let's go. Alright, so first things first, Infernoble Knight deck. What's your Infernoble Knight deck without the brand new boss card from Toon Chaos? This is the Gearfried. He's basically the Gemini Gearfried, except you don't have to normal summon him twice. You can special summon this dude by banishing a equip from your hand or grave to special summon from your hand. And then he can attack, steal a monster non-targeting, equip it to himself, it gains 500 attack from that effect, and then this dude negates monster effects by detaching any equip on the board on your side and send it to the grave. So this will help you play around Nibiru. This deck does not lose the Nibiru. This deck plays around Nibiru because of this card. So you want to max out on it so you draw it. But it can be a break sometimes, but this is one of the good cards going second because it clears boards, non-targeting, stealing monsters, attaching to him. He gets really big. So Phoenix Gearfried, amazing card. You want to play 3 of him. He's the boss. Alright, brand new cards. Infernoble Knight Ogier. Thank God Konami didn't make this card secret rare. It's just a nice little super rare. So this guy's, when he's normal or special summon, he will send a Noble Arms equip, I believe. A Noble Arms equip. I think it's a Noble Arms card or a Fire Warrior except Ogier to the graveyard. And then you can use his effect from the graveyard to equip to a face-up warrior monster. Yeah. One warrior monster you control, and then that effect of it cannot be destroyed by card effects. So you can't like Lightning Storm this attack position Gearfried because he's a warrior. You can equip him from the grave. It helps you just make giant pseudo monsters that can't die. So Infernoble Knights are a combo deck now. At least now with Link Cross out. So this card's amazing. Ogier, you gotta play in 3. He's the best one that you want to draw. That at least a normal summon, worst case scenario. This card's amazing too. But I don't feel like you need to max out on it. It's one of those extenders that can happen if like they stop your normal summon. Because you can send a Fire Warrior monster from your hand or face up from the field or an equipped spell from the field to special summon from your hand. But then he'll become level 1 tuner. Well, he's already a tuner, but he'll come level 1 instead of being 4 if you special summon him that way. And then when he's equipped to the monster when he's in the grave, he can make it to where the equipped monster, I believe, can't be targeted, if I remember right. Yeah. So you can't like impermanence the Borlos, not Borlos, this guy. Can't like impermanence him before anything because that guy will probably be attached with this and it'll make it really awkward. But this guy's amazing. He's a good extender. He might be a 3 in the future. He'd be a 3 in like a pure Infernoble Knight deck, but in general, this is the Infernoble Knight deck that combos. So we're gonna combo because we can. From Toon Chaos, of course, this card is nuts. If you control a, I believe, Fire Warrior monster, you can special summon it from your hand. Yeah, it has to be a Fire Warrior. You can special from your hand, but he's almost essentially a +1 because he picks up a Fire Warrior from the grave or from the banish. So like banishing your stuff doesn't matter because this guy can pick it up, which is amazing. And when he's special summoned by his own effect, when you have a Fire Warrior monster, he becomes a tuner. So it helps you like Needle Fiber if you need a Needle Fiber as well. Because God, we have the Needle Fiber until it's gone. Yeah, this card's amazing. Great extender. Best Infernoble Knight, I think. Next thing's up to the non-Infernoble Knights, but these cards are normal summons. Sublimation Knight, brand new card from the Toon Chaos as well. This guy pretty much does one job for you. It gives you this, and this gives you one normal summon to Soul Day because you got 2 warriors. You use this effect to special summon him from the equip, and then you have essentially a Soul Day play. So this guy gives you a 1 card to Soul Day. Amazing card. Also, cool things, you can equip other Fire Warrior monsters. It doesn't have to be like this guy. You can equip things that you need, like maybe like you need an Ogier and you want it in the grave. You can do all cool things if you draw this. So worst case scenario, you can equip other Fire Warrior monsters. So this normal summon is amazing. And the next normal summon is the card that says, if you do not Ash this card, you lose Ash. So this card's amazing. This is how you look at your opponent's hand early in the game without Smoke Grenade. Yeah, Neo Space Connector, you already know. We gotta play the common Dolphin so we don't draw the hollow ones. God knows I draw it. But this guy lets you look at their hand, discard Effect Veilers, Ash, Ogre, all the hand traps that can interrupt you. Can't hit Nibiru because it's too fucking big, but you know, this card's amazing. Looking at your opponent's hand, knowing knowledge is amazing. And that card needs to get in permanence every time. This card from Battle of Legends, Armageddon, this is one of the best extenders in this deck. In any warrior deck, actually. It just happens to be that this is the Fire Warrior, so that just makes this card even more insane in this deck. Yeah, so if you can... So cool thing about this is like if I normal summon this and then you impermanence it, because you kind of have to, because you don't want me to look at your hand, I can just special summon this and still Soul Day you, which is crazy. So I can just special summon it because there's a warrior, and then I can keep popping off. Like, you gotta just pray I don't have the extenders. So this, Renaud, Olivier, there's an extender. Like, you gotta hope I don't have it, but I have so many ways to search all these cards that you better just twist all your fingers, all your toes. And then he has that other effect. If it's like on the grave, or if it goes to the graveyard, you can special level 4 or lower from your hand. And if you do, your opponent cannot target that card. So it has that other cool effect too. But generally, you're just using the special summon to extend. So Fire Flint Lady, nice addition. You can play it at 3, but it gets kind of cloggy. And we're playing, of course, this because of Needle Fiber. And also this because of Needle Fiber and the Auroradon. We already know Auroradon's broken. Summon 3 tokens that comes out for free. So these are the 2 tuners that you play to combo. And for the last monsters, we play 2 Ash. I'm not a big fan of playing this card at 3. It's a hard one per turn. And worst case scenario, it's a Needle Fiber summon if I hard draw my bricks. So it happens. But I like Ash. Ash is good. Generically good against everything. Alright, next up we got spells. 1 for 1. This gets Renaud. This gets Fire Flint Lady. It gets Despot 101. It has a couple targets. It's one of the good extenders in this deck if they stop your normal summon. Yeah, you want to draw that half the time when they hand trap you. Rhoda. I don't even have to explain that. It searches everything in your deck. Wait a second. Did I just put down 3 more Rhodas? Yeah. We have a lot of Rhodas in this deck, if you haven't seen. This can search the monster of Noble Arms or search Equip. They can do all of it. And then it also has a recursion effect. This card makes this deck consistent, why it's good. Because I play so many copies of every card. Not to mention every copy of every card. We have the brand new Infernoble Arms Durandal. Boy oh boy, guys, this card is crack. This guy you can equip to your opponent's monster. If you don't have a monster you want to commit to the board yet, you can equip to their monster and then use its effect to add a level 5 or lower Fire Warrior monster from your deck to your hand. So it just pops itself after that happens. But then it also has the other effect where you can, when it's equipped and sent to the graveyard, you can target level 5 or lower warrior monster from your graveyard and special summon it. But you can't special summon for the rest of the turn except warrior monsters. Oh, weird. I'm playing Noble Knights. We have a lot of warrior monsters. But this card, look, you're just playing multiple copies of every Noble Knight card, which means you have full combo in so many ways. And full combo is a Soul Day, if you're wondering. We all know what Soul Day does. It's game. We play one of this. It just gives you a grind game. So this is pretty much Durandal, except this picks it up from the grave, a Fire Warrior. So it didn't get Gearfried. This helps you in the mid late game. You should at least play one because there's just games that you just don't beat your opponent and you have to grind. So you play one Joyce. And I play one of this because I don't like back row decks. And this pops set cards. And this card is very searchable. So I like it. And to round out the equips for the Noble Arms, we play this because that gets all of those, which is amazing. Gloria Noble. I only play one because it's a hard once per turn. So you don't get to play multiples in the same turn, but that's why I play one. This is the card that makes this deck good. This is why it's like a $10 common. If you can't find this common, it's probably because it's from Legacy of Darkness or something. It's like hella old and good luck finding a mint condition one. But this lets you rip opponent, look at their hand and rip a card out of the hand and send it to the graveyard. So pretty much this is what's broken with the new card Charles, which you guys will see in a few minutes. It'll come up very soon. And And then Living Fossil, and this will round out my equipped spell cards that are not Noble Arms. This card is just an extender. You don't care if things get banished off of this because Renaud picks it up from banish or grave. And this card is to help make Gearfried live without having like Ogier or Olivier attached to it, because you can get this back for free. And once again, you don't care about banishing your guys because Renaud can get them back. Like, that's what's crazy about this deck. Renaud can get banned from the banish pile or the graveyard. And since we're a combo deck, we're playing 3 Call by the Grave. We all know if we're trying to combo, you need to stop Ash, Veiler, all these hand traps. Can't stop Impermanence, which is why that's a God card. That's the card you pretty much won against this deck. Which is why I'm main decking 3 Impermanence, because it's like the only hand trap I almost want in any matchup. And this gives me versatility versus other matchups. And this is the card I want to... If you have Connector and Call by the Grave, I better have this card. So, yeah. This card's amazing for the mirror and generically good against everything else. But my deck is, I believe, 45 cards. It's very big. But that's okay because this is the kind of deck I don't want to draw like these one-of equipped spells and stuff that I don't want to draw. But the deck's very consistent because you have so many cards that like search. That searches. That searches. That searches. That searches. That searches to get these other cards. Like, the deck is very, it flows very well. That's what I'm trying to say. But 45 cards, you can change it up, you can cut stuff, but I like it at 45. It's amazing. For extra deck, we have, of course, Martial Metal Marcher. That card's Machine Tuners. Oh, man, it's crazy. This guy summons back your O-line and keep comboing off. Helps you get the Borreload Savage and all the good cards. 1 Herald of Arclight. These are the small guys, the 1 level 3 and 1 level 4. This is good against most meta, like good against Eldritch. I don't know how to say that. The Golden Boy deck. Yeah, played those. And then I like this guy. This guy can get Durandal from your deck equipped to it, and then you can search a Fire Warrior. And plus he's a level 5, so like all you need is a level 4 tuner dude like Olivier to get summoned, and then you can use Olivier and this to make Charles. So this card's amazing. I like it at 1. You don't have to play that, but I like it. For the new card, it should have been super rare at the worst, but we got 1 Captain Roland. This guy's amazing. He's a Synchro Tuner level 5. He gets an equip from your deck, sends it, searches it, and then on the next turn, he can be Interruption with Charles. He can banish, or he can activate in the graveyard and equip to a monster on your board, which will trigger Charles. So, yeah. This card's amazing. You just need 1, though, in this combo version. We play 1 Coral Dragon. You can play Stardust Charge Warrior, but this helps you get utility going second by popping cards. This deck does enough going first. It needs cards going second, so I like Coral Dragon. But you can play Stardust Charge Warrior. But I like this card. Next up, we got 1 Shooting Riser. It just comes up sometimes. You might need it. You just play a couple synchros because you get so much token generation. 1 Borreload Savage. Shout out to Kayla for letting me borrow that. This card's amazing. That's part of your end board is this. Gearfried and Charles. We got Trishula. Good more going second cards or going first as well, but this card's amazing. We all know Trishula does. And the brand new card, Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles. This is the card that makes, let's say, a really bad card that used to be in Yu-Gi-Oh! Really good. So yeah, this is how you rip at your opponent, look at your hand, and then rip a card out of their hand because of this card. So pretty much you equip it at the end phase, boom. Then you look, an effect that, a monster that was equipped that wasn't during damage step, cool. Effect, pop, activate Smoke Grenade from grave, look at their hand. You have full knowledge of everything to stop, and then you have a Charles pop on their turn. So your Charles gets to do the work. You're looking at their hand, it pops the card. This card does everything for their deck. It's amazing, very easy to summon too. And then we got, of course, until rest in peace in the OCG, it's gone. But this card, we still have it, so we get to play it. We get to play combo. Link Cross helps make this deck combo. We got the most broke card, what we call full combo. It's called the Soul Day. Once this card resolves, your whole deck's popping off. Nothing else to say about this card. This card is how you win in this deck. And then we got the broken Needle Fiber. Shout out to Colby for letting me borrow that. That card's amazing. Halqifibrax. I think I said it right this time, but we all know this summons O-Lion or Despot and starts popping off and lets you generate more advantage. And of course the Auroradon, more token spammage. Every token card should be banned, but Konami doesn't seem to understand that yet. And shout out to Jesse for hooking me up with this today. Access Code Talker. This card's amazing. probably should be in most extra decks nowadays. I had to get mine, so you already know. Access code talker wins games. Alright. Next up we have the side deck. It's very generic. Of course we don't have events, but there's like online tournaments you guys can play, so I'm going to show you my side deck of what I have generically right now. We have one Panker Tops because we only have one. This is just one that we're really good going. This deck has a problem going second. It's a combo deck. It wants to go first, but you can go second, but you'd rather go first. So you just want more side deck cards to help you go second. Of course, we got the Rock, the Star Destroyer, Nibiru. Yeah, Nibiru just helps you against most matchups like Salad. I know a lot of decks play around hand traps and stuff now, but it's still good to have. Nibiru just helps you win games. We got this. Next up, we play Cosmic over Twin because combo decks can't afford to discard generally. I'd rather just have Cosmics. And we already have enough back removal, including this card. We got Lightning Storm. This card destroys back row decks. And it also hurts some combo decks that summon things in attack mode that are negates, so Lightning Storm. You guys should already have your copies now. Amazing card. These are for those combo decks that are comboing back on us that summon negate boards, because we need to play. So we gotta blanket their whole board and break it and win the next turns. Break their board and win. Yu-Gi-Oh! 2020. Once again, we don't go good going second. Evenly match helps blow out back row matchups, combo matchups. This card just overall amazing and always will be in Yu-Gi-Oh! And then the last card, because Konami wants it not at any more than one. The Weewoo button. Red Reboot. Unfortunately, we only have one. But this card's amazing. Helps you OTK. This deck has no problem putting 8,000 damage on the board. Alright, so that's pretty much about it. If you guys do want to see combos, smash the like button. I will gladly make a combo deck if you guys want, or a combo for this deck. But I don't want to do in this video because it'll be too long. But if you guys also want to see Twilight Chaos Sworn, smash it as well. You already know I'm on the way. We got more content coming, more deck profiles. If you guys want to see a specific deck, make sure to comment down below. If you guys need to buy singles, check out my TCG player link down below. It costs nothing more. You get the lowest prices online. And it helps support my channel. So I appreciate you guys. And that's about it. Infernoble Knight signing out. Peace.